technology, with fashion, with trends, because it will be moving so quick. There will be certain people who won't be able to keep up with it, and the similar evolution, natural selection way, people will fall behind. And
Wow.
there is also that fear of, oh no, I'm going to fall behind. I have to be ambitious. But then there's also the fear that you're talking about where, oh no, I didn't take care of this. Oh no, I need to take care of myself. How does one balance those two?
It's a struggle. It's not easy. It's still a
Yeah.
struggle. I'm 35 now. I've spent like the last 5 years after my anxiety to try and be as intentional as I possibly could about the life that I'm leading. And then, of course, there's been 2 years of a pandemic. There has been an internet culture which is incessant, which is where you just kind of feel pressurized to keep up with the trends, as you said. And I have a youth media company. Every day there's information thrown at me, and the kind of, I mean, how do you escape it? How do you escape this information? You can't. I didn't want to know about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, but I couldn't escape it, because if I'm on the internet, if I'm active on the internet, it'll be thrown at me. And it could be anything. There's certain things that I don't want. I would much rather follow a certain kind of a, you know or want a certain kind of a life on the internet, but it's not for me to choose. It's just, it'll be my algorithms will show me, here's what we want to do, see. And you click it once and it's done, and then for the rest of your life you're just getting that stuff again. So it's so difficult to be, I suppose, I mean, it's so difficult to be 35 right now, and I can't even imagine how difficult it is to be like 20. And I keep hearing that from young people across, that it's just so difficult. There is so much choice. There is so much stuff that is just out of your hands. There is, as you very, very rightly said, there is this sense of that I'm losing time. I'm not enough. Look at everybody else who's going ahead of me. At the same time, you also want to have the experiences, and these experiences you probably not even want to have for yourself. You want to have it so that you can put something on your Insta story. Like, look at that person who's, you might be living with people in a engineering college or a hostel or whatever, who's studying, so you're just like, what, this person's getting ahead of me. At the same time, you're following these influencers who at 2021 are buying houses and cars and whatnot, getting millions of views, and then you're seeing stories of your friends who are partying, and you're just like, wait, where do I, like, how can I do every one of these things? And even when you are trying to do every one of these three things, there are just 100 more choices of all the things that you can possibly be doing with your time. So time just seems like it just doesn't seem enough. 24 hours don't seem enough. 7 days a week don't seem enough. You're just like, what can I constantly be doing? And it's the same for me. It's not like I'm right now in this generation, and I feel like, unfortunately, I mean, I feel like it's only maybe 20 years later or 10 years later, when we look back, we can look at it zoomed out. But now that we're in it, I don't think half of us even have that self-awareness that we're in it. Like, we are actually the first generation that is we are the part of the first round of history of the internet, the first round of history of social media, and we are the subjects of it. We are not just the users of it, but we are also the subjects of it. It is 20 years later, the things, like, every day, there are new things that even the apps are putting, whether it is safety features, whether it is privacy features, whether it is mental health features. Every day people are trying a little bit more, because they realize for the last 10 years people have, their minds have gotten absolutely screwed. So 20 years now, maybe there is a way, of controlling what has become some sort of an addiction. But today we're in it, and we are addicted. So I think the answer, of course, is self-awareness, but that self-awareness needs to come from having conversations like this, from listening to conversations like this, from reading up books, uh, uh, from finding a sense of identity that is yours. And it's very difficult. It is not easy. It will require deep work. It will require a lot of introspection. It will require for you to be okay with FOMO. It will require for you to be okay with your friends doing all kinds of things while you are being left out a little bit, and you will have to be okay with it.